Hi, this is The Corner Bench with Dr. Brenda. My Eagles won yesterday. Yes, we did. But anyway, I'm doing part 4 of my book, Ain't Nothing Clean About Dirty Dishes. And I was telling about a fight that I had, a young classmate. My first fight, she beat me up, you know. Besides the fight, in my old school, besides the fight in my old school, things weren't all that bad. I did learn a lot of skills necessary for life. I learned how to sew, do art, and woodshop. Woodshop was one of my favorite classes. On one project, my teacher had us hammer small nails into a piece of wood. We followed a pattern, and then we had to loop colorful string around those nails until we saw a beautiful boat. I loved the boat I made. I was so proud of what I had learned. In my sewing class, it was the funniest thing ever. I had a teacher who would hate for us to talk in class. I had some friends who loved to talk in class. All during that period, I would hear, "I'll walk you." What she really meant was, "I will whack you with this yardstick." And many times she did. She mostly would whack my two friends who found everything so funny and loved to giggle. Mostly it was because of the nasty things my teacher would do. I should say the most grossest thing ever. My teacher would chew tobacco and have a can in her windowsill where she would spit in it all day. This was unbelievably disgusting. We would make jokes about this underneath our breath and then get in trouble. In my Archie and Edith Bunker's voice, those were the days. Those were the days when teachers could hit a child with a ruler and no one had a problem with it. I have to give her some credit though. Now, my art teacher was a man about 6'5" in stature. He was very talented, and I can't forget to mention how he took an ordinary picture I made with a house and a tree and turned it into the most lovely picture I have ever seen. By the time he was finished, my picture had beautiful fall color leaves all over the branches, a sun, and he even made birds with the whip of a brush. I thought, wow, how did he do that? I couldn't believe that was my picture, and I saw him do it with my own eyes. Thinking back, I really liked that school. Although I enjoyed art, I realized on that day I would never pursue a career doing this. I realized then that wasn't my gift. When we moved to South 10th Street and Avon Avenue, Mom was only there during the morning and late at night. But we had fun at that house. I had two cousins who spent a lot of time over our house. One morning, my mom instructed me and my cousins to go to Food Town. It wasn't far, but for me, it took a good 15 minutes to walk there. This particular day was a Sunday morning, and I had my list to go to the store. When we got there, two boys about our age were hanging around the store. I knew we were going to be facing some trouble. I remember telling my cousin, when we get outside of the store, we're going to hold both sides of this shopping bag, and we're going to run home as fast as we can. Just as I said, trouble. We both took a handle of the shopping bag and took off. In hot pursuit, after us were those two boys. They were going to try and rob us. Little did they know, I stuck my mom's food stamps down inside the bag of food and only took out the food stamps I needed. Back then, you needed the book to spend the food stamps higher than $1. I was too afraid to tell my mom I didn't have her money. While I was running, all these things were going through my mind. Then all of a sudden, about 2 running minutes away from my house, I stopped. I said, no, what are we running for? Just then, the guys caught up to us, and I shouted, what are you chasing after us for? One of the guys punched me in my face and said, who are you yelling at? I sucked it up and said in a calmer voice, nobody. Oh, he said, you have my money. I saw you pick up some food stamps off the store floor. I assured him it was an empty food stamp. It was empty food stamp book I picked up, and somehow he took that as an answer. And he and the other boy went back in the direction of the store. Whew. All I could remember thinking was, they didn't get my mother's food stamps out of the bag. Many times over the years, I thought, why didn't I just keep running until I got home? I was right there. Oh well, a lesson learned. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I like those memories I had. That's part 4.